This was once a safe place for us assassins. Sangyong's tigers saw to the end of that. Their forces surprised and overwhelmed us, all but wiping out the Brotherhood. Gao Feng's death will send a message to the Templars. The assassins have returned.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, Sinister1. Welcome back to more Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. This is memory number 2, The Return. Again, we're going to go for Shadow Gold. Hopefully enjoying the walkthrough. Don't forget to leave a like, and let's do it. This is a very, very fun mission, very challenging as well, and I'm going to show you how to get by with 100% Shadow and Gold. So hopefully you will enjoy that. Now, I already picked up the Animus shards again. Remember, you can only pick those up after you or
to become more familiar with my surroundings.
What I mean is, when you're picking up the Animus shards, you have to pick them up first, then restart the checkpoint in order to get your Shadow and Gold. Now, not all of them, but some of them require you to be caught or kill an enemy. And of course, when you kill an enemy, you can no longer get Shadow Gold. So hopefully you're able to understand that you can't just try to get Shadow Gold while picking up the Animus fragments, because the game just doesn't allow you to do that. So what we do need to do is get our secondary objectives, and you can see they're way far ahead in the game. So beautiful art direction. Just really love the graphics in this game. And it's always, you know, like an accomplishment when you get that Shadow Gold. Makes you feel good inside. It's like a guarantee. It's like when someone puts a guarantee on on the box, you know, in Tommy Boy, you know, makes you feel all good inside. Maybe some of you will get that reference. Now, of course, my strategy is always going to try to get not necessarily the fastest times, but be able to explain to you how to go through these levels and still, you know, achieve a really, really great time. But I challenge you to try to beat my times, of course. Make me want to work harder as well. As in this level, it definitely took me quite a bit of time to figure out a strategy to get through this. And since I'm trying to do it, again, I'm saying I'm trying to do it without creating edits or anything like that. If I mess up, it can be very challenging to have one simple, smooth gameplay without any faults, since these are about 20 to 25 minute missions, and sometimes it can be hard to remember the exact strategy for what you need to do next. So I'll do my best. So again, there may be some edits or whatever, but I at least will show you how to get by each section Shadow Gold. God, I love that move. It's so awesome. You definitely need to use it if you want to be able to get by some of these parts. There is an Animus shard that is to the right. Like I said, some you can pick up really easy. Others, which I'll explain to you when we get to them, require you to pick them up first, then restart the checkpoint. So I haven't been giving my Xbox One a little bit of love, so that's why I decided to go ahead and pick this up for Xbox One. You can see we got a new weapon now. We can use these as distractions, drop grades, things like that. Pretty cool. There is an Animus shard that's going to be right when you drop to the left. Got to be fast when you do that right there. I like to take more risks just because I feel it gives me more of a challenge, but that not necessarily doesn't mean you need to take those risks. You know, go whenever you feel the right time is, and once you learn the patterns and the way that the enemies move, it'll get a little bit easier for you. There's an Animus shard right up there.
Got it.
Now this can be a little tricky. You need to move very slightly up until you get to the last one. And then we're going to use this distraction. That way you can move to this side as soon as you can and get up and get over.
Got it.
Now, there's two different ways you can go. I love how the game gives you those two different ways. We're going to go the top route since we have this new weapon, and it's pretty cool. And the cool thing is you don't need to use the second one, you can just drop. Again, if you need to know where any fragments are, just check your map.
Let's test your reflexes. Still sharp, I see. Try again. Good work. Close for the kill. Excellent, Shao. Your training is almost done.
Alright, this is one of those moments where you're gonna, if you want to get that chest, you have to take out this guard. You can't distract him. There's a certain tool that you're going to get a little bit later in this mission that would have made it able for you to get by this guard while still getting that. And there's also, I don't know if you should have seen it at the beginning, there's an inventory box that you can get over there as well. So that's just one of those moments where you're going to have to take him out first, restart the checkpoint. I love how fast and fluid this game is. I'm really enjoying it. You know, I'm only going to tell you if I'm enjoying a game if I really, really am. You know, I'm not trying to lie to you or anything like that. But this type of game, I wish they would make, you know, more of. I love Mark of the Ninja. I haven't even had a chance to play a walkthrough on that yet. I would love to do that. But I'm so glad that, you know, they decided to give us a little change of pace with Assassin's Creed, you know. Break up what we're used to seeing and give us something a little bit different. Alright, this is that noise dart that I was talking about earlier. Now we're able to use these things to advance to get guards in different directions. It's always going to be where the center of that circle is, so you want to make sure that you have him highlighted, and the center of that circle is usually where it's going to be. As you will need to strategically place those darts exactly where you know you're going to need them to get by. As it says, you don't want to move when you're in these bushes when they're looking at you, so obviously wait. And you can also use these as those quick cover things, which is really cool. Now, you don't know, sometimes guards like to look down in these areas, so make sure that you know, always think before you move. As they like to switch it up on you, kind of make it a little bit more difficult.
This is where we used to keep the Assassin Scrolls. I should try to retrieve as many as I can while I have the chance.
Alright, so I recommend definitely going over here first. There are Animus fragments that you need to get to, and there's a lot of them in this area that you can only get by completing those first, then going back to get the Shadow. So get this first, that way you can fill up any ammo that maybe you don't have. I guess it didn't have any darts or whatever, but at least we'll full on everything else. So then you can go this way. This part's a little bit more tricky. You definitely got to be more stealthier and think about when you move. Make sure you pay attention to their cones. Don't go too far. And of course, wait for this guy, because like I said, some of them do look up and down, and you have to be really careful when they're going to look up and down. And you want to go ahead and climb up on here. Even though you don't think you can jump, there's going to be an animus fragment right there that you're going to be able to pick up, and we can get the second scroll. So the next part's going to be the trickiest part so far in the game. They really want to give you a challenge. I can only imagine how much harder it's going to be on the plus difficulty. Make sure you stay left of this ladder, because eventually they will look up towards the ladder, so just in case you have to wait longer than I did, you always want to make sure that you're outside of their cone area. And these are the things that you'll learn the more you play. There is an animus fragment next to that dog. However, get it right now and then come back and restart the checkpoint would be the best option. We're going to grab this last scroll here, and then we have completed our secondary objective. Make sure you wait till they're both together. And stay to the right side this time. Sometimes you can risk things like that, but it is definitely a risk. We don't know where this guard is, so we have to wait. Make sure you're above where, as you can see, his thing is. The only time that they look up is when you distracted them that first time. So anytime after that, they don't normally look up, so. And the only time he looks down is that middle one. And you're good to go. Now this next part is another one of those animus fragments that you can get, but you got to get it first before you can get Shadow. And you got to do kind of what I do, because it is a little bit tricky. The animus fragment is to the right of them, so that is why you have to mess with them in order to get it. So if you're fast enough, try to get up here as soon as you can. Make sure you're walking. You're not going to have a lot of time to do this, because he's going to be coming back in this area. Get it all the way up. Make sure you slide under. Then you should be good.
Got it.
Now this requires some amazing timing on your part, so I wish you guys luck. So pretty much go exactly where I go and do it how I do it. It's the only way I've been able to figure out how to get by this part nice and stealthy. There is another chest up here. We're not going to be going towards it, so of course you can just... We're going to be going by it, so... Now this, you need to be super quick, and you need to make sure that you time your movements correctly. That may have took too much. Oh, was that so close? Right there's the chest. And you gotta be super fast. Oh, we got it. Man, what a mission.
Is it done?
Gao Feng is dead, Sifu.
As is Ma Yongqing.
The butcher. Good. Our plan worked. Who's next?
Patience, sister. We must move carefully. Zhang Yong and his tigers control the Empire now.
He is down 2 tigers after tonight. Gao Feng did not have the box. I did not retrieve it in time.
Worry not, young one. We knew that was a risk. To allow yourself to be captured without the box would have meant certain death. We will get it back. Maybe the Templars will even lead us to the missing piece.
Perhaps. But now I'm afraid we have just given our enemies a dangerous weapon.
Take some rest, little sister. Together, we will free our land from the Templars and their pawns. Zhang Yong and his tigers. We will rebuild our brotherhood.
Alright, well there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Maximum level score is 1520. And let's see what we got. 1520. And of course you've got to get your secondary objectives in order to get that, to make it possible to get the 1520. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, if you need any help on any games or anything like that, please let me know, and I will do my best to answer any questions that you have about this game or any other game that I have a walkthrough out for. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, bitches!